Your latest film, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, comes out in a few days. How did you both end up writing on that project?
You want me to take a little of this, Dan, and then you
go for it.
Just to take you behind the curtain a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we had been working for a little while. We had been on How I Met Your Mother. We were taking meetings, and you get to a place sometimes if you're lucky enough to get to talk about open writing assignments. And so that's one of them just happened to be the Rescue Rangers at Disney. We had a meeting, and initially, actually, Dan and I were not interested in meeting on it because we loved the Rescue Rangers, loved it growing up, but we were like, why? Why would we? What would we be saying different about it? And to Disney's credit and to Mandeville, the company that produced it, Todd Lieberman and Alex Young, they were like, just pitch us anything you want, and let's just see. And here's a little, Dan and I months before had gone in on a different open writing assignment, and we worked our asses off on breaking an entire movie
for the Hardy Boys.
We didn't get the job. And so this is out there to let people know that there's no work is for nothing. So then we were talking about it, and we were like, there's parts of that pitch that could fit quite nicely into Rescue Rangers. And they're telling us to bring us whatever you want. And so we made a pitch around some of the tentpoles that we had come up for the Hardy Boys, and then built a different story, and pitched it, and they liked it, and they paid us to write it, and that's how it came about. It was very unexpected. We couldn't believe they kept, in a business where you usually hear no, they kind of kept saying, do it, go for it, because it was kind of a property that had been dead, really. And
yeah, I mean look, I don't know where you got. I'm an old millennial, and I loved the Rescue Rangers growing up, and
the proper term is geriatric millennial.
That's offensive.
It's quite accurate, but it's offensive.
I just learned about this. I'm very excited of my new knowledge.
No, don't perpetuate that, please.
Right.
We're keeping that in here. We're not going to make that a thing.
A decrepillennial. And so, so it was. I was a fan of this, like, very much growing up. Like I loved going to the parks, hugging Chip and Dale. But the real of it is, as adults, I imagine you guys probably maybe had this reaction the first time you heard about this movie, was like, really? Why? And like, there's not like an inherent need to make this a movie today. And that was the first thing we reacted to when we heard that they wanted to do this. We were like, okay. But we took that sort of feeling and that energy into our thought process about how to come up with a movie. And so the movie really is like based almost from the launching pad of like, does anyone need a Rescue Rangers reboot? The original title of the movie was the Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers reboot no one asked for. And so, it's deeply baked into the pitch and the premise of the movie that, like, it's that we're very aware that this is not this isn't Star Wars. Like, nobody's like dying for like the next iteration of
it's not Star Wars. It's better than Star Wars.
Oh
no, it's not.
Doug doesn't like Star Wars. Doug doesn't like Star Wars. We're just gonna get it out on the record.
What about Star Trek?
Star Trek's fine. Like Star Trek.
Nope, you're not really a Star fan.
It's not this. I'm not against stars.
Thanks for watching the Deadline Junkies Screenwriting Podcast. Subscribe and ring that YouTube bell for new episodes and more screenwriting tips.